Route 66 is paved with iconic sights. One of the most bizarre attractions takes us just outside of Joplin.
Spooklight's a little south of us.
Or 23 minutes southwest of the Route 66 Mural Park in Joplin, landing us right here, just across the state line in Oklahoma, on Spooklight Road, home of
The Spooklight in Joplin.
Described as
A light. And some people will say it seems to be moving and alive. It's a mystery.
which has attracted local families.
I remember first hearing about the Spooklight, I think probably early middle school, maybe like 2006 or so for me.
Two paranormal investigators and researchers.
Been investigated by Army Corps of Engineers, several universities.
Which is quite elusive.
And sometimes you see it and sometimes you don't.
So what is the Spooklight?
Well, people think it's Indian spirits because a lot of Indians are there. Other people think it's marsh gas. There might even be some people thinking it's UFO connected. I mean, that
Ball lightning's another
ball lightning. Yeah, nobody I think really knows what it is.
Which makes it one of the stops author Janice Pistana mentions in her book about eerie occurrences near the Mother Road.
People we know that say that's bounced on top of the car. Other people, not that we know personally, have said it's moved through the car. So it does various things.
No one's ever had a conclusive explanation.
But Janice's husband, Dean, hopes one day it can be explained.
I personally lean towards more of the scientific. I think it's more of an electrical phenomena, just because it's so inconsistent. It seems like a charge would build up and release and something might happen. That's my thought. But again, I was the group skeptic.
Similar to the mayor's thoughts.
I think there's probably a natural explanation, but what it is, I have no idea.
But that doesn't stop the folklore of the Spooklight.
There's always legends that go with those things.
Especially since
People have been seeing it since the 1800s anyway.
But after almost 100 years of people saying this, it's always been the same description. The same size, the same color, the same actions.
Chris Six grew up in Joplin and can remember two instances of seeing the Spooklight, with the most memorable being in high school.
I remember seeing it move, and it actually split into two and then would go back together, and it would just like do that a couple times and just kind of like hovers, kind of like hover bounces, I guess you could say. One of the keys is, though, that you guys have to be quiet. The Spooklight, it doesn't like noise.
Which has added to the folklore.
The urban legends that they come up with are very interesting. Now, what it actually is, I have no idea. They keep coming up with theories and then disproving their theories. One that makes some kind of sense is that it's on a fault line for like the plates in the earth and stuff. So it could be some geographical thing with the rocks or something like that.
Our group, the people that saw it, just said it just came towards the field, came towards the road, through the field, and then just was like gone.
I've only been out there 2 or 3 times, and it showed up every time. The times I've seen the Spooklight, it was a light at the end of the road. It never got really close.
Still attracting curious visitors.
I'm sure that over time people have come through Joplin and following Route 66, and they are aware of it, and they'll take a little side trip hoping to see it. I've heard of nothing else on Route 66 that's interesting in that fashion.
And will keep us guessing.
It's hard to say since nobody can pinpoint the scientific stuff that they've done. They can't pinpoint what it is. But that's the same way with all these kind of lights. Nobody that I'm aware of has been able to prove what causes these lights.
So it's just one of the weirdest things that the Ozarks has to offer as far as spooky encounters, and then I hope maybe someday we'll figure out what the answer is.